Name of the topic is welt and piquet structure, which we will try to understand and learn in this topic. So here, first we will take what is the meaning of piquet structure, and then we will try to understand what is a welt structure. And this comes under special rib and cord structures. So a piquet structure consists of a plain face fabric composed of one series of warp and one series of weft threads and a series of back or stitching warp threads. This paragraph is mainly defining the main characteristic of piquet structure. So try to understand it. Piquet structure consists of a plain face fabric. Means the face of the fabric is in plain weave. Mainly the part which is appearing on the face side of the fabric is consisting of plain weave. So it consists of a plain face fabric, which is composed. This fabric is composed of, means there are two series of warp and one series of weft. It composed of one series of warp and one series of weft threads and an additional series of back or stitching warp threads. Meaning is, so for whatever the designs we have covered in this subject, fabric structure, all the designs are composed of one series of warp and one series of weft. But this is new type of fabric we are going to cover in this subject, in which we are using two series of warp threads. One series that is normally found in the fabric, but here we are having one additional series of back or stitching warp threads. So two types of warp threads are there. One are known as face warp threads, these normal warp threads, and another is known as back or stitching warp threads. So here a new concept we are adding in the fabric structure is the fabric may consist of one series of warp and one series of weft, or two series of warp or one series of weft, or one series of warp or two series of weft. And these type of fabrics comes in the category of compound structures. Whatever we have done so far, in which the fabric consists of one series of warp and one series of weft, all these fabrics come under the category of simple fabrics. So your fabrics, woven fabrics, can be classified according to their structure into two categories. One is simple fabrics, simple structures. Another is compound structures. So this design is one example of compound structure fabric. And all the designs which we have taken so far comes in the category of simple structures. So back or stitching ends, this additional series of warp threads that is known as back threads or stitching threads, or back warp threads or stitching warp threads, are wound on a separate beam, which is heavily weighted or heavily tensioned as compared to face ends. So here we are having two series of warp threads. One can be termed as face ends, other can be termed as back ends or stitching ends. And that's why we are using two weavers beam on the loom. So back or stitching warp threads are wound on one weaver beam, which is heavily weighted or heavily tensioned as compared to the beam which is consisting of face ends, which are kept at moderate tension. It means in both the warp threads, face ends and back ends, there is difference in the tension. Face ends are at moderate tension, normal tension, whereas back or stitching ends are kept at high tension or they are heavily weighted. And this is creating a significant difference in the appearance of the fabric. And the structure of the fabric, the appearance of the fabric which we are getting with piquet structures are different from normal fabrics or simple fabrics. And the main reason for that is that tension variation in these two types of threads. These threads are heavily tensioned. These threads are kept at moderate tension, as we are doing in other simple fabrics. And this is the main characteristic or which is taking place in the structure of the fabric at intervals. The tight stitching ends, these backward stitching ends को हम आगे एक word use कर रहे हैं, tight, because they are heavily tensioned. That's why, just to show that they are heavily tensioned, they will remain tight in the fabric. Heavily tensioned means they will be tight, and that's why we are using this as a prefix, that tight stitching ends. So at interval, the tight stitching ends are interwoven into the plain face texture. जो ओवरऑल प्लेन फेस टेक्सचर है, प्लेन फेस फैब्रिक है, उसमें जो टाइट स्टिचिंग एंड्स हैं, दे आर नॉट रेगुलरली इंटरवूवन, दे आर इंटरवूवन एट इंटरवल्स, at specific intervals, at required intervals. Only for those intervals they will interweave into the fabric, with the result that, इसका result क्या होगा, because they are heavily tensioned, they are tight, and they are interwoven only at particular places. With उसका result क्या होगा, with the result that the latter is pulled down and an indentation is formed on the surface. जो जहां पर हम इसको लिफ्ट कर रहे हैं, जहां पर इंटरवूवन कर रहे हैं, वहां पर this thread will be pulled, this back or stitching end will be pulled down, and because it is pulled down from the normal surface of the fabric, it is creating an indentation which can be termed as a cut or as a stitch. So an indentation, this is a mark will appear depending on the float length. A mark will appear, and indentation is formed on the surface of the fabric. So wherever the stitching end is lifted up, there will be a mark or a cut or an indentation will be created in the fabric. And these indentations are created in the throughout the length and width of the fabric in different manners. And according to, we have different welt and pique structures. This I will try to explain once again when we will see the structure part, the design part. After the construction of the design, I will connect this theory with example. Then it will be more clear. So first we are taking ordinary welt structure. The term welt is applied to the pique structure, means welt is one part of pique structure. So this is applied to those pique structures when the indentations or cut or marks form continuous sunken lines, because it is a depressed portion. It is heavily tensioned. These are tight threads. So what will happen? They will form a sunken portion because they will depress from the normal plane of the fabric. They will be lowered down from the normal plane of the fabric. Means it will sunk, and that's why we are using sunken lines. So forms continuous sunken lines which run horizontally in the cloth. So if you compare it with the Bedford cord structure, fine sunken lines run vertically, longitudinally. Here the fine sunken lines or continuous sunken lines are running horizontally in the cloth, means weft-wise. So that horizontal sunken lines means the sunken lines are running exactly opposite of Bedford cord structure. In Bedford cord structure, longitudinal lines are produced with fine sunken lines. Here sunken lines are produced horizontally or weft-wise. So this welt is a special term used for only those piques in which these sunken lines, these indentations form continuous sunken lines. Means indentations are arranged in one line only. If indentations are arranged in different manner, then in one line, then it will be termed by some other name. But if it is ordinary welt structure, it means all these indentations are arranged in one line, one continuous sunken line. Then it is termed as welt structure. As we decide size for every design, here also we are deciding the size, how the size is determined for ordinary welt structure. So EPR is always 6. Just like in Bedford code structure, in plane phase, PPR is always fixed, that is 4. Similarly here, EPR is always fixed here. You have not to think about EPR. EPR will be 6. But PPR will be equal to width of chord. Just like in the Bedford code structure, the number of chord ends will depend on width of the chord. So here also the picks per repeat will depend on the width of the chord. Horizontal chord means horizontal, the rib we are producing, the rib structure which is produced in the between the sunken lines, that we are calling as a chord. However, chord is applied only for longitudinal lines, but here we are using for horizontal lines also. So width of chord, or you can say width of the rib, according to requirement. Whatever the desired width, accordingly we are deciding picks per repeat. So here picks per repeat is a variable, but ends per repeat is fixed. It is a constant, that is 6. That you have to remember. Now the steps of construction. Here again, we are having a special arrangement of threads because we are having 2 types of threads. One are known as face threads, face ends. Others are known as back or stitching ends. So back or stitching, here for face ends, I am using word F. For stitching or back ends, I am using a letter S. Okay, so it is arranged in this manner that the ratio of face and stitching is 2:1. 2 face ends raised to 1 stitching end. That is the ratio. So, and it is, but it is arranged like in a symmetrical manner like this: 1 face, 1 stitch, 1 face. So these 3 means 2 face and 1 stitch. Another group of 3, 1 face, 1 stitch, 1 face. So here again you can see the ratio is followed: 2:1. 2 face ends, 1 stitching end. So arrangement is 1 face, 1 stitch, 1 face, 1 face, 1 stitch, 1 face. Means this is repeating. This arrangement, 1 face, 1 stitch, 1 face is repeating, because here we have 6 ends. That's why we are taking into 6 ends. Otherwise, the arrangement is 1 face, 1 stitch, 1 face. The center stitch end is there. At the sides, we have face ends. 1 face, 1 stitch, 1 face. And this is repeating 2 times because 6 ends per repeat are there. So this arrangement is indicated just below or above the design. Then in second step, we indicate plane view on face ends in the form of circles or dots. Then हम plane view insert करते कहाँ पर, जहाँ F हमने indicate किया. Means face ends are interwoven in plane order. All the face ends are interwoven in plane order. So we will indicate plane marks on all the face ends. जहाँ हमने face ends लिखा हुआ है, वहाँ पर हम plane view indicate करेंगे by any mark. So here we are using dots or circles for plane view. And the last step is indicate the lifts of tight stitching or back ends on last 2 consecutive picks in the form of crosses. Try to understand it. Indicate the lifts means up. Down को हम show नहीं करते, down blank होता है. End में जब भी end up होता है, जब lift होता है तो उसको हम show करते हैं. उसको हम indicate करेंगे for tight stitching और back ends के लिए. Face ends के लिए हम already plane view ले चुके हैं. तो स्टिचिंग और बैक एंड्स के लिए जो लिफ्ट करेंगे हम, वो लास्ट 2 कॉन्जिक्यूटिव पिक्स के ऊपर उनको लिफ्ट करना है. बाकी वो लोवर्ड रहेंगे, बाकी ब्लैंक रहेगा. केवल 2 कंटिन्यूस क्रॉस लगाने, कॉन्जिक्यूटिव क्रॉसेस लगाने लास्ट 2 पिक्स के ऊपर. एंड इन दैट वे योर ऑर्डिनरी बेल्ट स्ट्रक्चर विल बी कंस्ट्रक्टेड. Only thing which we have to consider and keep in our mind is the number of consecutive picks that are unstitched should not exceed 12. That is the only limitation in the size for PPR. You can decide any PPR, but remember this point: the number of consecutive picks that are unstitched, जो unstitched portion है, means face picks का number that should not exceed 12. I will explain again this criteria when we will see the example. So we will apply these 3 steps to construct ordinary weld structure. And you can understand this with the help of example. So here I'm taking a very, very simple example in the smallest size, that is 6x6, an ordinary weld structure in 6x6, 6 ends per repeat and 6 picks per repeat. So here I have taken 6 ends and 6 peaks on graph paper for design construction. And as the first step we have taken in steps of construction in the last slide, indicate the arrangement. One face, one stitch, one face, one face, one stitch, one face. This arrangement is indicated either below the design or just above the design. Okay. And these two are, we are keeping empty in the, these two stitching ends we are keeping empty. These vertical places we are keeping empty. इसको हमने shaded से दिखाया है just to understand it. Otherwise एग्जाम में हमें ये shaded वगैरह नहीं लेना है. Just to understand कि ये इन दोनों को हमें छोड़ना है. पहले हमें face ends के अंदर plain view भरना है. Second step is indicate plain view on all the face ends. ये face end number 1, 2, 3 and 4 है. Just forget about stitching ends or back ends. So face ends में 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down. Next face end 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, 1 up. Next face end 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, and last 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down. तो सारे face ends पर just आपको plain view भरना है और आपको कुछ भी नहीं करना है. सबसे पहले arrangement show कर दिया. Second में हमने face ends के ऊपर plain view भर दिया. Now there ये step अलग से इसीलिए समझाया कि आपको थोड़ा clear हो सके. Now we are coming directly to the design. आपको directly यहीं पर काम करना है. ये just explain करने के लिए कि plain view भरने के पहले इन दोनों को just assume that just forget about these two ends. And then when you complete the plain view, then at the last, these two stitching ends will be lifted on last two picks. This tight stitching end number 1 and stitching end number 2 will be lifted on last two consecutive picks only. Okay, and in this way you can construct a weld structure. So construction is very easy. However, the characteristics and the explanation part is a little bit difficult, but construction is very easy. If you follow these 3 steps, first indicate the arrangement that is fixed, 1 face, 1 stitch, 1 face, 1 face, 1 stitch, 1 face. And then indicate plain view on all the face ends. जहाँ पर हमने letter F show किया, those are face ends. वहाँ पर plain view आपको fill करना है. And then जब plain view fill हो जाए, तो जो भी stitching ends हैं उनको last 2 picks पर up कर दें. This dark space is indicating that they are up, and this blank is indicating that they are down. So for up, we have used solid. We have filled it solid by solid. It means this is also same is working. Meaning is same is cross, but just to distinguish it from cross, and that's why in some books which I have referred, here you can use circles. Here you can use crosses. अगर आप solid use नहीं करना चाहे तो यहाँ पे crosses use कर लें. तो प्लेन व्यू के लिए आप सर्कल्स यूज कर लें, जो कि आपको नेक्स्ट एग्जांपल में मैं आपको शो करूंगा. ठीक है. हियर द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग अगेन इन ऑर्डिनरी वेल्ड स्ट्रक्चर सेम इज corkscrew and Bedford cord is indication of the configuration or placing of the threads, so that we can see how the threads are placed in the fabric. And here we are taking it cut through the weft because we have to indicate the configuration of warp threads. So we are choosing here first 3 warp threads in the sectional diagram, 1, 2, and 3. And here, same as Bedford cord structure, because as we have taken in the previous slide, at intervals, the tight stitching ends are interwoven into the plain face texture, with the result that the latter is pulled down and an indentation is formed on the surface. Now understand this. Because here these back ends or stitching ends are floating at the back side of the fabric. Here weft up, weft up, weft up. So warp is floating at the back. This end is floating at the back. Similarly, this end is floating at the back on first 4 picks. But it is lifted up on last 2 picks, 2 consecutive picks. And because these are very tight, very heavily tensioned or heavily weighted, so their tendency will be to go downward. And that's why wherever they are lifted up, they will pull down the whole texture, whole fabric. ये जो इस portion को है, इस portion को जहाँ पर ये up हो रहे, जहाँ back है, वहाँ पर normal रहेगा, but जहाँ पर ये up हो रहे, this will pull it down. And because here the portion is pulled down, this portion will raise from the normal plane of the fabric. And that is shown here This is a depressed portion indicated by these two peaks, last 5 and 6 peak. हमने एक लाइन में यहाँ पर लिया है. This line is indicating its plane of these stitching यहाँ पर नीचे की तरफ आ गए हैं. This is upside, face side of the fabric. This is back side of the fabric. Upside, down side of the fabric. So upside यहाँ हमने इसको एक plane में ले लिया. This is depressed portion, this below the normal plane of the fabric. But these will be raised. क्योंकि इनको हमने pull down किया है. This portion will be automatically raised because they are having the floats. तो float जो है, they are loose floats. So this portion will be raised from the normal plane of the fabric, and that's why these 4 peaks are not indicated in one line. It is raised and then lowered. जैसे जैसे ये वापस इंडेंटेशन के पास में आएगा, क्योंकि यहाँ इसको पूरे को पुल डाउन कर रहे हैं, तो ये पूरा फैब्रिक पुल डाउन हो रहा है. ये लोवर्ड होगा, ये लोअर स्लाइटली अपर होगा, ये स्लाइटली रेज होगा, एंड ये इससे भी ज्यादा रेज होगा. ये हमने 1 लाइन, 2 लाइन, 3 लाइन जो डैशेस में हमने लाइन दिखाई है, उसके अकॉर्डिंग हमने शो किया डिफरेंट प्लेन. ये सबसे ऊपर का रेज्ड पोर्शन है, ये स्लाइटली रेज्ड पोर्शन है, एंड दिस इज डिप्रेस्ड पोर्शन. और जो फ्लॉट्स हैं वो और भी नीचे की तरफ जा रहे हैं, जो 4th लाइन हमने दिखाई है. इन दिस वे threads are placed in a different manner from simple fabrics due to difference in the tension of the threads, different threads like face ends and back ends. And here we have taken first end. This is indicating first end. So first end is up, down, up, down, up, down. So it will be indicated like this. This is up, this is down, this is up, this is down, then up, and then down. Okay. ये first end का placing दिखा रहे हैं हम with the help of interlacing. First peak पर up है, second peak पर down है, third peak पर up है, fourth peak पर down है, fifth पर up है और sixth पर down है. Similarly, first indicate third end, which is woven again plain order, but it is opposite of first one. ये हमने second end लिया और इसका हम यहाँ पे show कर देंगे. One down, one up, one down, one up. You can use different color also in this way. So this plain face is coming on the surface of the fabric. So this is also consisting of plain face fabric. And then this was the third end, this was first end, this was third end, and now we are indicating this second end, which is stitching end. It is continuously floating at the back and then lifted up on the last 2 peaks. This is continuously floating at the back and lifted for 2 peaks. In this way, it can be indicated. Second end, down, 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 down. First 4 peaks पे ये down है और last के ऊपर ये up हो गया है, last 2 peaks के ऊपर. And because it is continuously floated, यहाँ केवल intersection यहाँ आ रहा है, इसलिए हमने इसको straight में ही show किया. हम इसको turn नहीं करें because this straight line will meet with this straight line, will join with this straight line. And only two intersections are there. One is here. Yes, this will be turned. It should be turned because it is moving down. So this should be also turned. So this turned line will join there. You can see one intersection is here and another intersection is here. But face ends are having number of intersections according to plane B. So this is a representation of design, construction of design and sectional diagram for ordinary weld structures. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you have still some confusions, I will take 2 more examples. Then it will be more clear. Is it visible? Design visible है? मैं इसको थोड़ा enlarge करूं. Yes, now I think it is visible. This is another ordinary weld structure we are taking in other size, that is 6x8. Ends will remain always 6 as I mentioned earlier, but here we are taking, instead of 6 picks, we are taking 8 picks. And so there will be slight changes accordingly. So one face, one stitch, one face, one face, one stitch, one face is indicated just above the design. Here we have taken a design in 6x8. This is draft, this is denting plan, this is lifting plan, and this is sectional diagram. So here, as we have followed the steps in last example, similarly follow the same steps on face ends, one up, one down, one up, one down, one up, one down, one up, one down, indicated by dots or circles. Then another face end, one down, one up, one down, one up, one down, one up, one down, one up. Another face end, one up, one down. The last face end, one down, one up. After indication of all the plane ends, all the face ends with plane view, now the last part of the design, third step of the design is, this will remain a float. This will remain a float, and these stitching or back ends will be lifted up only on last two consecutive picks. So we have lifted up them on 7th and 8th. These picks are termed as face picks. These can be termed as stitched picks. Here we are doing stitching. So this is unstitched portion, and it should not exceed, this should not exceed more than 12. यहाँ हम 12 तक जा सकते हैं, उससे ऊपर नहीं जाना है number. That is the only limitation of weld structures. So in this way, you can construct a design in 6x8 by indicating plane on face ends and by indicating by lifting stitching ends on last two consecutive picks. This design is known as ordinary weld structure in 6x8. Now here you can see draft for this. However, you can use straight drafting for this plane view, but generally we prefer skip drafting for plane view. So here, first, third, fourth, and sixth ends, which are in plane view, are passing through with the help passing in the form of skip draft. So skip draft means 1, 3, 2, 4. So first end from first, this second face end from third face end from second, and fourth face end from fourth. If skip draft, we have to indicate them in skip draft. Otherwise, you can take only two hills. First from this, second for this, again this from same first, and this from second. So two hills can be also taken. But when you are taking 4 hills and we have to indicate skip draft, then it will be indicated 1, 3, 2, 4. But you can also use straight draft 1, 2, 3, 4 also, 1, 2, then this from 3 and 4 also. But if it is generally it is skip draft is preferred. So here we have taken a skip draft for plane ends, for face ends. And because these both are having same interlacing order, so they are passed through the same hill frame, that is 5th hill frame. So we require 5 hill frames. Similarly, you can construct this lifting plan with the help of this design and draft. First hill, copy the order, 1 up, 1 down. Second hill, again 1 up, 1 down. Third hill, 1 down, 1 up. Fourth hill, 1 down, 1 up. And fifth hill, 6 down, 2 up. So 6 down, 2 up will be copied here. In this way, you can construct lifting plan from this design and draft. Here also a special denting plan is there. The first group of 3 threads, next group of 3 threads, means one group of face stitch face, another group of face stitch face are passing through same dent. These first 3 ends from same dent, last 3 ends from same dent. And because always 6 ends per repeat is there, so denting plan will remain same for all type of designs, all variations of weld structures. Sectional diagram, similarly here, the first end is 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down. These stitching ends are in different plane, and these face ends are in different plane, gradually raising and gradually lowering. जैसे जैसे ये stitching end के पास आएगा, this will be lowered, so gradually raising, then gradually lowered. And then second, this third end, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, 1 up. So this 1 down, 1 up will be repeated throughout this. So this face view is plane view. And then second end is continuously down on 6 picks. This is continuously down on 6 and lifted up on the last 2. And this mark we are turning it. It means in the next repeat, this turn will join with this one and one more intersection. One intersection here, another intersection here for the back or stitching ends. In this way, you can construct, design, draft, denting plan, lifting plan, and sectional diagram for ordinary weld structure in 6x8. I hope this will be clear because we have taken 2 examples. Still, if you have any question, you can ask. I'm taking one more example to make it more clear. The size here taken is 6x18, the same ordinary weld structure which we have taken in last 2 examples, 6x18. So because the size, these peaks are more than 12, unstitched portion, this unstitched portion should not exceed 12. So if the size is more than 12, then we are breaking it into 2. तो हमने क्या किया, 10 पिक्स के बाद 2 स्टिचिंग को अप कर दिया एंड अगेन 4 के बाद 2 को अप कर दिया, क्योंकि अगर 18 लेते हैं तो 16 के बाद स्टिचिंग एंड्स अप होंगे एंड दैट इज नॉट फॉलोइंग आवर कंडीशन ऑफ दैट the face peak should not exceed 12. So it is 10 and it is 4. So after 10, we are lifting the stitching ends, and again after 4, we are stitching the lifting ends. So lifting ends are lifted, these stitching ends are lifted twice in the design, so that the float size will not exceed more than 12. If the float size is more than 12, then there are chances of accidental damage of the fabric, because longer the floats, they will be loose in the structure, and these loose peaks from the back side of the fabric sometimes may contact in some parts of any furniture or anything, and the fabric may damage from that portion and the whole fabric will get damaged. To avoid these accidental damages, we are avoiding long loose floats at the back side. So whenever this size is exceeding more than 12, you can break it into 2 parts. Stitching ends can be lifted twice in the design. These are 3 examples I have taken to understand ordinary weld structures. Then ordinary weld structures can be modified by introducing wedding threads. And here wedding threads are introduced weft-wise, and that's why they are termed as weft-wedded weld structures. Wedded weld structures or weft-wedded weld structures. As if you remember, Bedford cord structures, in Bedford cord structures, we are introducing wedding threads warp-wise. Here we are introducing wedding threads weft-wise because we have to increase the prominence of the horizontal cords. वहाँ पे हमें vertical cords का करना था increase, इसलिए हमने ends लिए थे wedding ends. यहाँ पे हमें horizontal, because the indentations are running horizontally, so cord is produced horizontally. Rib means you can say rib is produced horizontally, and that's why to increase the prominence of that rib or cord, what we have to do, we have to introduce wedding picks, wedding threads in weft direction. So where wedding picks are introduced to increase the prominence of the horizontal cords. How wedding threads can be, how wedding picks can be inserted, that is explained here. Where the wedding pick is inserted, जहाँ पे भी हम wedding pick insert कर रहे हैं, वहाँ पे हमें ये principle follow करना है. Face ends will remain up and stitching ends or back ends will remain down. जहाँ जहाँ wedding pick insert होगा, वहाँ पे face ends up होने चाहिए और stitching or back ends down होने चाहिए. We will take the examples of wedded weld structure in the next class. Now we have less than 1 minute. If you have a very small inquiry, small question, you can ask. Otherwise, you can ask in the next class tomorrow. No question? Okay, I will upload the video. Again, repeat a whole lecture through the video and note down your queries or any questions, any doubts if you have, and ask in the next class. Okay, thank you, students.